Which means horn.
Sha'athon, Banaparia, Banyashala.
Sha'athon, Banaparia, Banyashala.
Halabah Shem Yahshua Barakah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakah. Which means horn. Yun, which means wine.
Ayashala, which means to Israel.
Paul, which means horns. Imagine in the room. So, Punya Hakadum, which means stand, turn, and face east. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Kadesh Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malach, Yavah, Ratzak, Hayah, Aisha, Baratza, Hawa, Hayah, Shemayim, Kaliwa, Salachno, Salachno, Wala'ah, Abiyana, Manasai 1, Paul, Shana, Mayun, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amalaka, Wa'al, the Parah, I love you, Amen.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Hashem Yahshua. Baba Kashah. Thunna. Akah. Barqa'ah. Khamkhala. Khamadawak. Akah. Latahar. Tazarayim. Akah. Akoyam. Matthew. Akah. Arakawat. Atamala. Lagarashun. Hashem Yahshua. What Aman.
In the English, Yahweh in the name, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ayani. Al-Hahari. Ma'ayani. Yaba'ai Zarya. Zarya Ma'ayin Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim Wa'aratazah. Aliyathan. Lamawat. Ragal. Ayan Wum. Shamar. Hanat. Ayan Wum. Well, Ayan Yashan. So Amar Yasha'al. Yahweh Shamar. Yahweh Tazal. Aliyah Yam Yunka. Yo Mum. Hashemash. La'aya Yakai. Yarach Belilah. Yahweh. Yashmar. Call Ra. Yashmar. Atnapash. Yahweh. Yashmar. Tazah. Abawak. Ma'aitha. Wa'ada Walum.
In the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
He
that keepeth Israel,
that keepeth Israel,
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Salakia. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out,
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out,
and thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth,
From this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Al-Demiyalika. Al-Karash. Al-Tashakwat. Allah. Tehana. Wiyabika. Yahamiyah. Mashinai. Beshaw. Ra'ash. Alayim. Yariyum. Sawad. Mitayaitzwa. Al-Zabwanika. Amaro. Kau. Wanakaki. Magoya. Walaha. Yazakar. Shum Yasha'al. Aywa. Kaya. Nawaitizwa. Lab Yachabi. Aliyah. Baryak. Zakarafu. Ahalia. Adawam. Weshimali. Wawaba. Magari. Ball. Wa'anwan. Wa'anulak. Lashak. And Yeshabi. Tazawar. Gamashawar. Nalawa. Imam. Haywa. Zarwa. Bunilawak. Salah. Shalah. Hamadi. Kasayasura. Kayabi. Nakal. Yashua. Nashamadu. Yandar. Haywa. Demand. Ladama. Shetamu. Nadiyabu. Kaira. Kazab. Kazabak. Kazalmana. Calm to say, come. Shah. Amaro. They are shot. Anwa. Now what? Al-Hayy. Al-Hayyat. Shetamu. Kagalo. Kakwash. Panyuraka. Ka'ash. Ira. Kalahab. Kalahat. Hari. Kantaradap. Basira. Wabasopat. The Bahalam. Bala'ah. Panya. Palawan. Wayakwashwa. Shamka. Yahau. Yabashwa. Wayabahawa. Aidi Ai. Wayakapar. Wayabadu. Wayadayu. Kaya. Atha. Shamka. Yahau. Labadka. Aliyu. Al-Kal-Haratiza. In the English.
Keep not thy silence, O Lord.
Keep not thy silence, O Lord.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still, Yahweh.
Be not still. Say power.
Be not still, power.
Be not still, O power.
For lo is thy enemies make a tumult.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against
thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
And Moab.
And Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
Hagarenes.
Gebal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. A sword is also joined with them.
The sword also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
As the book of Kison.
And the brook of Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They become as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
And like Zaid.
And like Zaid.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes and Sabbath.
All their princes and Sabbath.
And as Zalmunna.
And as Zalmunna.
Who said,
Let
us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves
the house of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stumble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burns the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with your storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their face with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou,
That men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
most high over all the earth. The prayer for the power structure in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Alahai.
Wa Alahai.
Wa Tazam Yahweh Wakihan.
Tazam Yahweh Wakihan.
Hala Wak.
Hala Wak.
Hasrun.
Hasrun.
Nakatazayun.
Nakatazayun.
Nakayayali.
Nakayayali.
Wahab Wati.
Wahab.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Wada Amen.
Wada Amen. English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commander General Yohanan.
Commander General Yohanan.
The generals.
The general.
The captains.
Captains.
The officers.
Officers.
The troopers. And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Prayer for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Say evils and curses.
Say evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
Speak against us.
Speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
Teachers.
Teachers.
Princes.
The princes.
Priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Say evils and curses.
Say evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
Shake loose.
Shake loose.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
They refuse to give to the school.
I refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
And their drug dealers.
And their drug dealers.
The court system.
Court system.
Prison system.
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and
Roman
armies.
Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam. Christianity. Egyptology.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Posse Comitatus. The gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. NASA space program. The Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airways. Cable access channel. And the radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of thy people. And seek to stop us. And bring swift destruction. To all the heathen. That stand in the way. And try to stop us. From broadcasting your word. Throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro. Through the earth. And consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief. And the murder. Let Yahweh Shai. Michael and Gabriel. Come down to find sauce. Punish all the heathen. That come up against us. As we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all. That it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media. Throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you always. So be it. Sorry, face the front. Yeshabim, which means be seated. right back here in headquarters for another Sabbath service. We've been back at the beginning of Genesis, back at the start, back learning these essential foundational stories. And this week, all of our verses just so happen to fall perfectly around Noah and the flood. So we're going to get right into it and learn what really went down and break it down into Hebrew as well. Whenever you have it, you can go ahead. Oh, chapter 6 and verse 10.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 10. Wayawalad, Nak, Shalasha, Banyam, Sham, Kam, Wa'af, Yapath.
So this is Noah's Shalasha Bunyan, his 3 sons, Sham, Ham, and Yapath. Japheth. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 11. Watashakah ha'arataza lapanya ha'alahaya watamala ha'arataza kamas. Verse 12. Wayara alahayam af ha'arataza wahana Nashakatha Kaya Hashakyath Kal Bashar Af Darakwa Ayel Ha'arataza. Verse 13. Waya Amar Alahayam Lanak Quatazah, Kal, Bashar, Ba, Lapanya, Kaya, Mala'ah, Ha'arataza, Kamas, Apanyaham, Wahan Nanya, Mashak Yatham, Af, Ha'arataza.
Mashakyathi, which is based on the root word shakah, which is to destroy, to cast off, to ruin, to batter. And this is what the Lord was getting ready to do, to batter all humanity, because the Lord was tired of this. As we went into in chapter 5, and as we went into in the beginning in chapter 6, the Lord was, already the whole planet was going crazy. And just be thankful that the Lord ain't tired enough to wipe us out again. Keep going.
Verse 14. Aisha, Lakah, Labath, Aitazayah, Gapar, Kwanyam, the Aisha, Af, Athabah, Wakaparath, Atha, Mabayath, Wamakawa Tazah, Bakapar.
So now this is starting to go into the details of how Noah was to make the ark. The Ba is the ark. And we're going into different types of wood and everything else. Keep going.
Verse 15. Wazah, Ashar, Daisha, Atha, Shalash, Mawath, Amah, Arak, Athabah, Kamashyam, Amah, Rakabah.
So that Amah is a cubit, which is a biblical unit of measurement. Some scholars say that it's measured from your elbow to your fingertip, I think they say, but based on the measurements that we have in this chapter here for Noah's Ark, those scholars may be very wrong,
Right.
because this is a big ark, and a cubit is not that big. Keep going.
Khan. Washalashim. Ama. Kwawamatha. Verse 16. Tazahar. Da'aisha. Lathabah. Wa'al. Ama. Dakalana. Malam Ail La Wapathak Hathabah Batazada Dashyam Dakathyam Shanyam Washalasham Aisha.
And back to the English.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 10. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Verse 11. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. Verse 12. And the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth.
Because what were we talking about right before this? What were we talking about as we finished out last week? We were talking about the sons of God laying with the daughters of men, which means God's chosen lineage going off and taking whoever they felt like taking as wives. And that created more chaos in the earth. And their children, as the scripture says in verse 4, became mighty men, which were old men of renown, which of course created more chaos in the earth, just like you have today. You have a lot of, brothers of mixed lineage that skyrocket to stardom.
Right.
You have, people that the world adores, like Drake. That creates more chaos because then everybody wants to create the next Drake. Everybody wants to be the next Drake.
It's not just about men. It also causes confusion because, like nowadays, people really still believe that they're mixed. Like
Right.
Your lineage still comes from your father. You just get traits from your mother, but
Right.
there's no such thing as mixed. They can't get over that stumbling block.
Yeah, and every time something comes up, now we go through the same stupid debate. Is Drake black? Is Steph Curry black? Is whatever light-skinned celebrity black?
They was doing that with Mariah Carey for years.
Oh man, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And this happens because you don't recognize your culture that's right in front of you that tells you how to define who is and is not part of your family.
Right.
But to the brother's point, this created more and more confusion in the world, more and more violence, because violence comes behind any type of wickedness. There are reasons that the Lord tells us not to do things.
That's right.
He didn't just write these laws just for the hell of it. Everything comes after that. Violence comes after that. Things spiral out of control, and the world was spiraling out of control, and the Lord was tired. Keep going.
Verse 13. And the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Verse 14. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within, and without with pitch.
One thing you're going to notice, this is not a conversation. This is not a dialogue. You're not even going to hear Noah speak until after the ark. I think the first time we hear Noah speak is when he's, blessing and cursing his different sons. But this is just the Most High telling Noah, this is what's going to happen and this is what you're going to do. And then you do it. If you got any sense in your head, you just do it.
Ain't gonna be talking back to the Lord.
Correct.
It's crazy.
So these clowns out here, they act like they would. They really act like they would. All right. Sounds good. Keep going.
Verse 15. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. Verse 16. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof. With lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it.
That's rough. Like, we don't really think about what this ark looked like. He got one window. He got one window and one little door. And once he was in there and closed up that door, they had one little window way up top there.
That's tough.
That's tough. Like, an ark is not a cruise ship. An ark is just a floating box, man. This was about to be a year this brother was in there. Back to the Hebrew.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 17. Wa'anya, Hananaya, Mabaya, Af, Amabwal, Mayam, Ail, Ha'arataza, Lashakaf, Kal, Bashar, Ashar, Bawa, Rawak, Hayayam, Mathakath, Ashamayam, Kal, Ashar, Ba'arataza, Yagawa'ai. Verse 18. Wahakwamathya, Af, Barayafya, Afka, Waba'af, Al, Hathaba, Atha, Wabanyaka, Wa'ashafka, Wanashya, Banyaka, Afka. Verse 19. Wamakal, Hakaya, Makal, Bashar, Shanyam, Makal, Tabaya, Al, Hathaba'ah, Bahakyath, Afka, Zakar, Wanakwaba, Yahayawa. Verse 20. Mahaiwap, Lamayana Ya, Waman, Abama, Lamayana Makal, Ramash, Adama, Lamayana Wa, Shanyam, Makal, Yabawa, Al Yakah, Bahak, Yawaf. Verse 21. Watha, Kwak, Lakah, Makal, Ma'akal, Ashar, Ya'akal, Wasa, Paf, Al Yakah, Wahaya, Lakah, Walahab, La Akala. Verse 22. Wayaish, Nak, Kakal, Ashar, Tazawa, Athwa, Alahayam, Khan, Aisha. Genesis chapter 7, verse 1. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Lanak, Ba'ah, Athah, Wakal, Bayathaka, Al, Hathaba'ah, Kayah, Afka, Rayahya, Tazadayak, Lapanya, Badawar, Hazah.
And back to the English.
Khan.
Verse 17.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 17. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. Verse 18. But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee.
So every time, the Lord got tired of this place, there was somebody that he wanted to preserve. In this case, it was Noah. You've seen it with Moses, when he told Moses he was going to get rid of everybody else and start over with the Mosesites. The Lord got tired. He said everything was going to die. Everything except for Noah and his family. Keep going.
Verse 19. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female.
So Noah was about to be a zookeeper. Look, everybody wants to clown this like it's not possible.
Yeah.
In a huge ark that was built properly, why not? 2 of everything went on that ark and came off it. Simple. Keep going.
Verse 20. Of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind, 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. Verse 21. And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee, and for them. Verse 22. Thus did Noah, according to all that the Most High commanded him, so did he.
Listen. This is a complex task. Can you imagine trying to feed 2 of every different animal? Some of those animals, their food is each other.
Right. Imagine that. You got to keep the lions away from the zebras.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Frogs away from the creepy thing. Man, that's tough.
This is spiritual. The Lord just put the spirit on these animals to go up on the ark and just chill for a year, and that's it. But that's it. It had to happen because everything else had to go. Keep going.
Genesis chapter 7, verse 1. And the Most High said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation.
So the Lord rewarded the one man that he saw who was righteous. The one now, how do you define righteous? Noah had the law. Noah knew what he was supposed to do and did it. Noah kept the law and served God and made sure that his family and his house kept the law and served God. While the whole rest of the world was being degenerates like you see in the streets here today, while the whole rest of the world was having the ancient version of Pride Month, Noah in his house serving the Lord. And that's why the Most High chose him alone to spare and reset the earth with. Back to the Hebrew.
Genesis chapter 7, verse 2. Makal, Abahama, Atahawa Ra, Laquak, Laka, Shabai, Shabaiah, Ayash, Wa'ashafwa, Waman, Habahama, Ashar, La'ah, Tahara, Hawa'ah, Shanyam, Ayash, Wa'ashafwa. Verse 3. Gam, Maiwa, Hashamyam, Shabaiah, Zakar, Wanakwaba'ah, Lakaya Wath, Zarai, Ail, Panya, Kal, Ha'arataza. Verse 4. Kaya, Layamyam, Iwad, Shabaiah, Anakaya, Mamat Yawar, Salakia, Mamat Yar, Ail, Ha'arataza, Arabayim, Yawam, Wa Arabayim, Layala'ah.
40 days and 40 nights. Arabayim is 40. Arabayim Yawam, Arabayim Layla. Keep going.
Karotan. Wamak Yathya. Af. Kal. Ayakwam. Ashar. Aisha Yathya. Ma'ail. Panya. Ha-Adamah. Verse 5. Wayaish, Nak, Kakal, Ashar, Tazawahawa, Yahweh. Verse 6. Wanak, Ban, Shasha, Mawath, Shana, Wahamab, Wal, Haya, Mayam, Ail, Ha'arataza. Verse 7. Wayaba'a, Nak, Wabanyawa, Wa'ashafwa, Wanashya, Banyawa, Athwa, Al, Hathaba'a, Mapanya, Maya, Hamab Wal. Verse 8. Khan. Verse 8. Man, Abahama, Hatahawara, Waman, Abahama, Ashar, Ayana, Tahara, Waman, Ha'aiwa, Wakal, Ashar, Ramash, Ail, Ha'adamah.
And back to the English.
Khan. Genesis chapter 7, verse 2. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female.
You want to make sure you got a lot of food, right? To this day, don't they say there's more cows than people in this country? Or what? Something like that. You need more clean beasts. Keep going.
Khan. And of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. Verse 3. Of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of the earth.
In South Dakota, they got 4 cows for every person. Yeah. You gotta have
There's a lot of hand babies right there.
Keep going.
Verse 4. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth.
So Lord, so then he said, take the fowls by sevens, for whatever reason, Lord, I wanted to take 7 of each bird. And then he says, look, there's a countdown now. 7 more days, and this rain is going to start, and it's not going to stop for 40 nights. Whatever memory you have of the hardest rain you've ever been in, just imagine that going on nonstop for 40 days and nights.
It's enough to make you go insane. All that rain, you hearing it consistently, it's like
completely wow. In the ark with your one little window that you're not even going to go up and look out.
It was a torture method somewhere where they would actually do that. I don't know if it's Russia, but they would make it drip, like water just drip on your head.
Oh yeah.
And you just, after a while, you would just go nuts.
It make you lose your mind, the senses of it. But yeah, can you imagine just 40 days straight of torrential downpours, never stopping. The earth is disappearing around you. We're going to get to that though, because right now the countdown is on. Keep going.
Verse 5. And Noah did according unto all that the Most High commanded him.
Again, no dialogue, no questions. No, come on, Lord, you sure about this? None of that. He just started building. That's it. Keep going.
Verse 6. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. 600
years old. You think he's going to argue with God?
Right.
He's going to be glad that he's here and start building. That's it. Keep going.
Verse 7. And Noah went in, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. Verse 8. Of clean beasts, and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth.
Why do we still have to explain to you Christians that the law was always there from Adam on down?
Right.
Of clean beasts. He didn't need it. How did Noah distinguish between clean and unclean beasts? Somebody explain this to me. Come on, Christians. Every week, I ask you Christians to explain your doctrine. Every week, I ask you Christians to tell me why your doctrine contradicts the Bible so much. I'm still waiting.
Can't get past John 3:16.
They're still struggling with John 3:16. How am I going to get them back into Genesis? They forgot the Old Testament even exists. You ever see Christians give out the little half Bibles, the New Testament and Psalms? They forgot this even exists. What am I even doing asking you a question about Genesis?
God, they don't even know this. they probably never even read it. All them years they in that church. Probably never even read it.
They heard the story of Adam and Eve, and that's about it. They heard something about Noah and the ark, but they sure ain't never read it. Because they sure can't explain what a clean beast is before Moses wrote the law down. This is because the Lord always had a chosen line and chosen men, and the law was passed down through that line. And the law was preserved from Adam, who was given the breath of life, on down. Keep going.
Genesis chapter 7, verse 9.
Back to the Hebrew.
Shanyam, Ba'wa, Al, Nak, Al, Hathaba'ah, Zakar, Wanakwabah, Ka'ashar, Tazawa, Alahayam, Af, Nak. Verse 10. Wayahaya, Lashaba'if, Hayam, Wamaya, Hamabwal, Hayawa, Ail, Ha'arataza. Verse 11. Bashanath, Shasha, Ma'awath, Shana, Bakayaya, Nak, Bakadash, Hashanya, Bashaba'ath, Ishar, Yawam, Lakadash, Bayawam, Aza'ah, Nabakwa'aiwa, Kal, Ma'ayanath, Thahawam, Rabbah, Wa Arabath, Hashamyam, Napath Kawa. Verse 12. Wayahaya, Hagasham, Ail, Ha'arataza, Ha'arabayam, Yawam, Wa Arabayam, Layala. Verse 13. Ba'ai Taza'am, Hayawam, Haza'ah, Ba'ah, Nak, Washam, Lakab, Salakia, Wakam, Wayapath, Banya, Nak, Wa'ashath, Nak, Washalashath, Nashya, Banyawa, Atham, Al, Hathaba'ah. Verse 14. Hama'ah, Wakal, Hakayaha, Lamayana, Wakal, Habahama, Lama'ayana, Wakal, Haramash, Haramash, Al, Ha'arataza, Lamayana Awa, Wakal, Ha'aiwa, Lamayana Awa, Kal, Tazapawar, Kal, Kana. Verse 15. Wayabawa, Al, Nak, Al, Hathaba'a, Shanyam, Shanyam, Makal, Habashar, Ashar, Bawa, Rawak, Hayayam.
And back to the English.
Khan. Genesis chapter 7, verse 9. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as the Most High had commanded Noah. Verse 10. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. Verse 11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened.
So everything, everywhere water could come from, it was coming from. The geysers were coming up out of the ground. The windows of heaven were opened up, and it was pouring harder than you could imagine. And this was about to happen. For 40 days, it was not going to stop. Water shooting from everywhere. This is like one of the funniest things is when people try to discredit the flood by saying that every culture on the earth has a flood story. Why do you think every culture on the earth has a flood story? Maybe, just maybe, because it's something that actually happened.
Right. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Now look, I'm not an archaeologist or a geologist, but I know that I've seen, if you go and look into it, I encourage everybody to look into it. I've seen, I've seen books and I've seen compilations of evidence where they talk about how they found fossils of, fish fossils on mountaintops and things that should never have been where they were, that harken back to a global flood.
And it's like, if I may, just to add on that, there's even evidence of the parting of the Red Sea, because they got horse bones at the bottom of the Red Sea. So what would make you not believe that didn't happen? Like, why would there be horse bones down there?
Yeah, I think the Egyptians were just throwing their horses over the bridge.
Yeah, man. That alone should tell you that the Bible is real, because that proves there's evidence of a story in here. So maybe, just maybe, the rest of the book might be real. You know, I don't know. Maybe that would be the common sense in me. So
everything in these scriptures, they try so hard. They say there's no evidence for this, and then a couple years later, a whole boatload of evidence for that will come out. Well, there's no evidence for this. Give it a couple years. Right. Just stop fighting this. Stop fighting this. I mean, for the white man, I understand why you want to fight it so bad. Because it calls you the devil and tells you that you got payment coming. But for our people, stop fighting it. Stop trying to just your life will be much easier if you accept this. You would rather accept some goofy Egyptian Ma'at in the Book of the Dead because it's easier.
Yeah.
Because all you get.
They want to they go against the grain because it's too hard. It's too hard for them, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but to them it's like, nah, it's too hard to put down that bacon. It's too hard for me to, not sleep with my brother's wife or, harm my people, rob my own people. They can't do it. They need help. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, got a comment. YM Israel said, lots and lots of sinners scratching and banging, ready to repent on the outside of that ark.
Yeah.
And the rain kept falling, I imagine.
Yeah. Imagine that. They laughed at him and they was probably clowning Noah the whole time. The scripture said the days of Noah is just like today, where they're out there drinking, living it up, living lasciviously. Right. And then it starts, Noah's over here building this huge ark in the middle of land, in the middle of dry land. Can you imagine? They're walking by. Just picture in New York on a Friday night. Everybody's passing by, but here goes Noah building a big ark. They're clowning him. They're on the way to the club. Look at this guy with this ark.
Look at this goofy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that first raindrop hit, and you're like, oh man. Start looking around, huh? It's too late by then.
Hey, what happened to that guy who was building that boat?
I don't know. Let's go find him. Let's go find him, man.
The door is closed.
We get dressed out here.
Closed and locked.
Right.
And there ain't but one window, so he can't even see you. Out of sight, out of mind. Keep going.
Verse 12. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
Non-stop. Keep going.
Verse 13. And the selfsame day entered Noah, and Shem, and Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them, into the ark.
So it's a nice, wholesome family. They just got on the ark. They did what their father told them to do.
Right.
They didn't question. They didn't say, "Why is that?" That is crazy. Matter of fact, I just saw this movie this week called Dumb, right, where it follows the grandmother around. This, they all Edomites, but basically the family is looking at her like she loses her mind, the grandmother. But the grandmother's in her right mind. She's just trying to do some bold stuff. Like she's trying to go get her money back because she got scammed. The family's looking at her like she's, losing her mind. Right. They didn't do that to Noah. They could have said that. They could have said, "Oh, Noah's 600. I don't know. He's building an ark. What's up with Noah? We might have to put Noah. We might have to put Noah in the back." They could have easily done that. But they followed their father, and their father followed the Most High, and now they're on the ark nice and comfy while the world is being drowned. Keep going.
Verse 14. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. Verse 15. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life.
And back to the Hebrew.
Genesis chapter 7, verse 16. Wahaba ayam, zakar, wanakwaba'ah, makal, bashar, ba'awa, ka'ashar, tazawa'ah, athwa, alahayam, wayasa gar, Yahweh, ba'aidawa. Verse 17. Wayahaya, Hamaba wall, Arabayam, Yawam, Isle, Ha'arataza.
All right, Ba'im Wum, 40 days, Al Harataza, upon the earth. Keep going.
Khan. Wayarabawa, Hamayam, Wayashawa, Ath, Hathaba'ah, Watharam, Ma'il, Ha'arataza. Verse 18. Wayagabarwa, Hamayam, Wayarabwa, Ma'ad, Isle, Ha'arataza.
That said, Wayagabarwa Hamayam. The word Gabar is the word that you use for a warrior or a mighty man. And it's saying that the waters prevailed. Like that's the choice of word for an adjective on the waters. Just let this image marinate in mind. You know.
Wathalak, Hathaba'ah, Isle, Panya, Hamayam. Verse 19. Wahamayam, Gabarwa, Ma'ad, Isle, Ha'arataza, Wayakasawa, Kal, Aharayam, Agabahayam, Ashar, Bakaf, Kal, Ashamayam. Verse 20. Kamash, Aishara, Amah, Malama Ayla, Gabarwa, Hamayam, Wayakasawa, Aharayam. Verse 21. Wayagawa'ai, Kal, Bashar, Haramash, Isle, Ha'arataza, Ba'aiwa, Wababa Hama, Wabakya, Wabakal, Hasharataza, Isle, Ha'arataza, Wakal, Ha'adam. Verse 22. Kal, Ashar, Bashamath, Rawak, Kayayam, Ba'apayawa, Makal, Ashar, Bakaraba, Mathawa.
I'm back to the English.
Khan. Genesis chapter 7, verse 16. And they that went in, male and female, of all flesh, as the Most High hath commanded him. And the Most High shut him in. Verse 17. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and bare up the ark, and it was lift up above the earth. Verse 18. And the waters prevailed, and were increased greatly upon the earth. And the ark went upon the face of the waters.
Again, don't picture this like a ship, like a cruise ship or something. Don't picture this like anything that you've ever seen floating on the water. This ark is like a giant floating box. That's it. This huge thing with innumerable animals on it going crazy. The rain is described like a warrior. It's so intense. This is not a fun experience, but he knows that he's the only one that's being spared.
God, sir. Can you imagine the smell on that ark?
Ooh, wait.
You ever been to a zoo?
And how scared the man probably wasn't it? Look, Noah was literally a zookeeper at this point.
Yeah.
You had to figure all that out. Can you imagine the women?
Oh, yeah.
Keep going.
Verse 19. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. Verse 20.
Meaning that's how high, by the end of this 40 days of this intense non-stop rain, it was to the top of all the mountains on the planet. Keep going.
Verse 20. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail.
Now that's why I say, we're not sure about this measurement of a cubit, because it would take more than 15 of those to cover the mountains, right? So, listen, I don't know. This is above my pay grade. If y'all want to know more about a cubit, tune in on Thursday and ask the general.
And the mountains were covered. Verse 21. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beast and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man.
So this was it. Everything was gone. That's it. If you wasn't on that ark, you had to make the cut. If you didn't make the cut, so long. Keep going.
Verse 22. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died.
If you go and look, because Noah is one of the most mentioned stories throughout the scriptures. This gets broken down a lot. I pulled up 2 Peter, the 2nd chapter, and verse 5 says, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. So there was another world going on outside of Noah's world. And the world of the ungodly got the flood and got took out.
You said that's 2 Peter as well?
2 Peter 2 and verse 5. But I imagine up here. State your registry.
Batazma Ban Pariam on Yahusha.
But Yashal.
Yashana.
Batazma Ban Yashal.
Yahweh Shasha Bukata.
Reading the Hebrew yet? Genesis chapter 7 and verse 23. In the Hebrew, Wayamach Athkal Hayapuam Ashar Al Punya Hadama Madum Id Bahama Id Ramash Wa Id Iwa Hashemayim Wayamawa Manharataza Wayashar Agnak Washar Athwa Bathabah, verse 24. Wayabarwa Hamayum al-Haratazah, Hamashim, wa Ma'ath Yawum, chapter 8 and verse 1, wa Zakar, Alahayim Ath Nah, wa Ath Kal, Hachayah, wa Ath Kal, Habahama, Ashar, Athwa, Bathabah, wa Ibar, Alahayim, Rawat, Al Haratazah, wa Yashakwa, Hamayim, verse 2, wa Yasakarwa, Mayan, wa Mayanath, Lawam, wa Arab, wa Rabath, Hashemayim, wa Yakala, Hagasham, Man Hashemayim, verse 3, wa Shabwa, Hamayim, Ma'al Haratazah, Halawak, wa Shawab, wa Yakhasar, wa Hamayim, wa Quatazah, Hamashim, wa Ma'ath, Yawum, verse 4, Tanakh, Hathabah, Bachadash, Hashabaya, Ashar, Yawum, Bachadash, Al, Harya, Arat, verse 5, Wahamayum, Haywa, Halawak, Wakasawar, Id, Hachadash, Ha'aishiarya, Ba'achad, Lachadash, Nara'awa, Ra'ashya, Hahari. And back to the English from 7 and verse 23.
Genesis chapter 7, verse 23. And every living substance was destroyed which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark.
So everything, there was no distinction between man and cattle. It was all wiped out. Continue.
Verse 24. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days.
150 days it kept going. And so remember, Noah was the only one. We'll keep throwing little precepts in here. If you go to Ezekiel, the 14th chapter, the Lord is talking about Israel and talking about if we keep going off. When you get to verse 20, though Noah, Daniel, and Job were in it, as I live, saith the Lord God, they shall deliver neither son nor daughter. They shall but deliver their own souls by their righteousness. So by the time of Ezekiel, the Lord was tired enough of our going off. He's saying, even if Noah was here to this day, I wouldn't even take his family with him. I would have just left Noah. Because we kept, ever since this time, we just been pushing the Lord little by little over and over. And it's not a great shocker or a great surprise that the Lord finally decided to punish us the way that he did. Right. We should just be thankful for his mercy that we're here to this day. Yeah. Keep going.
Genesis chapter 8, verse 1. And the Most High remembered Noah and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And the Most High made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged.
So when it says the Lord remembered, it means remembered, and it doesn't mean like the Lord forgot about Noah. And they said, oh, yo, we got Noah out there. Go check on Noah. It means the Lord remembered like constantly. The Lord always remembered Noah. He was watching him as he floated across the earth all these months, as the rain fell all around him to the point where you can imagine he would go up to that little window every so often and look out that little window and just go, damn, there ain't nothing but water. Am I in the ocean? Am I on land? Am I by Israel? Am I over somewhere across the planet? It's just water. Look, I've been in parts of the country where the land is just flat, and it'll drive you crazy just driving down the highway, and it's just nothing but flat land forever. And that's and that's just a couple hour drive or whatever. You can imagine months on this ark, and all he could do is peek out the one little window and see nothing but water.
That's scary.
That's terrifying.
Imagine when it's nighttime.
Nothing.
You can't see nothing.
Imagine the sounds that you're hearing while you can't see nothing.
Daytime or nighttime.
You would be going crazy. But Noah knew that the Lord had him, and that's all the comfort that he needed. And that's why his name, Knock, in the Hebrew means comfort. Keep going.
Verse 2. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained.
So the Lord calmed the rain, stopped the rain finally, calmed down the fountains and the geysers and whatever was coming up from the deep, and gave it a rest. Keep going.
Verse 3. And the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated.
So now they started to evaporate and what have you, and by 150 days in, the waters were starting to recede a little. Keep going.
Verse 4. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat.
So now the ark finally came to a rest somewhere. This is Mount Ararat, which is in the land that today is called Turkey. And this is somewhere, I believe, in eastern Turkey, if I remember correctly. And this is where the ark finally settled down. Keep going.
Verse 5. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen.
So now that kind of flew by from the 7th month to the 10th month. You can imagine for 3 months he's just still chilling there, waiting for the waters to recede little by little. Back to the Hebrew though. Genesis chapter 8 verse 6. Wayahaya Makwataza Arbaim Yawum Wayapasach Nach Ath Chalawan Hathabah Ashar Aisha verse 7. Wayashalach Ath Ha'ira Wayatazah Yatazawah Washwab Id Yabashah Hamayum Ma'al Haratazah verse 8. Washalach Ath Hayawanah Ma'athwa Larawath Habalwa Hamayum Ma'al Hunya Ha'adamah verse 9. Wala'ah Matazah Hayawanah Manawah Lakap Ragalah Wathashab Aliwa Al Hathabah Kaya Mayum Al Punya Kaharataza Waishalak Yadwa Wayapaka Wayaba'a Atha Aliwa Al Hathabah verse 10. Wayakal Iwad Shabayath Yum Hakarium Wayasap Shalach Ath Hayawanah Mun Hathabah Verse 11. Wathaba'a aliwa hayona la'if irab wahana ilah zayaf tarak wakaya wayadai nak kaya falwa hamayum ma'al haratiza. Verse 12. Wayechal Iwad Shabaith Yum Akarium Waishalach Ath Haywana Wala'ah Yasapa Shawab Aliwa Iwad. Back to the English.
Genesis chapter 8, verse 6. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made.
So at the end of 40 days, this is 40 days, I believe, after the last time that we checked in. So the waters are still decreasing little by little. Keep going.
Verse 7. And he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth.
So, and they continue to do this until very recently, to use ravens and doves to find their way. A raven, if you let it go, will go straight to land.
Crows too.
Crows as well. They'll go straight to land. So letting a raven go is Noah trying to find how far the waters are coming down, if there's land for this raven to find, but the raven went forth to and fro. Keep going.
Verse 8. Also he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground.
So a dove can only fly but so long. It can't fly as long as other birds. So when you send out a dove, if the dove comes back, it's because it couldn't find any land to rest on. So that's another way of testing how far the waters were receding. Keep going.
Verse 9. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth.
So the dove couldn't find anywhere to rest, anywhere to land. So she came back because the waters is still not abated enough for the dove to find land. Keep going.
Then he put forth his hand and took her and pulled her in unto him into the ark.
So you saw the dove coming back. The dove was exhausted, and pulled her back in. Keep going.
Verse 10. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. Verse 11. And the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth.
So this time he sent the dove out, and the dove apparently found somewhere to land because he came back with an olive leaf in his mouth. And that's how Noah knew that the waters were abated. That's how Noah knew that it's finally about time that he might be able to come off this ark.
Word. And Sabbath, I think I've seen that symbol somewhere, where it's like a dove and they got like an olive leaf.
Okay.
In his, I gotta look at it.
They probably just took that straight from the scripture.
Yeah.
Probably to make their logo something from the Bible.
Right.
Meanwhile, who knows what they're doing under their logo?
God knows.
It's been over a year now. It's been over a year since Noah stepped on his ark and closed the door and locked himself inside the ark with thousands of animals, 4 women, and his children. And finally, you can imagine the relief of thinking that he can open his door. But now, can you imagine the feeling after all of that time on the ark, all of this madness? You're not coming out to go back home. You're coming out to a completely blank earth.
Wasteland.
And you got to start over. You always see all these shows love to have like the apocalyptic tropes and the wasteland and everything. This is real life. Everything was gone. You starting from scratch. All you got is these animals, that most of which is just going to run off as soon as you open the door. And you hope they run off as soon as you open the door.
Come on, get out of here.
You imagine opening the gate for the lions and go ahead.
Right.
And all you got left of your, is your 3 sons that's about to bug out, or a couple of them. And your wives.
You gotta visualize it, you know.
Yeah.
Laughing, but yeah, you visualize it. It's crazy.
This is real life. And but at the end of the day, as hard as this was to go through, this was an incredible blessing and a privilege for the Lord to say that only you.
Right.
I'm tired of everybody else, but you can stick around.
You chosen.
That's what he said about us as a nation. I'm tired of y'all, but y'all can stick around, I guess. Because that's love. When you're tired of somebody, but you find it in you to have mercy. That's the love that we learn from the Most High.
Right.
No matter how many times we go off, no matter how tired he is of us, no matter how many times he wanted to wipe out the whole planet, he keeps finding ways to show us some mercy. Like that scripture we just read in Ezekiel, like the scriptures that we just read elsewhere. We pull this one other one in Hebrew, because throughout the Bible, the prophets love to bring up Noah. Because even in such a short story, there's such a heavy lesson we learn. Hebrews 11:7. Go ahead, read.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear.
By faith, Noah, being warned of things that he couldn't see yet. He just had the Lord telling him what to do. Meanwhile, everybody around him was partying, having a good time, having fun, going crazy in the streets, enjoying life.
Right.
Because that's what they say they're doing when they're out there bugging out downtown in clubs and everywhere else. They're enjoying life. When they're parading through the streets like freaks, they just living their best life, right?
YOLO.
They having city girl summer and hot girl summer. They just living it up. Right. And so by faith, Noah was warned of something that he couldn't see, and he built a whole ark. By faith. Keep going.
Moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house.
Move with fear, because you're supposed to have fear of the Most High. You're supposed to have more fear of the Most High than you have of everything that's out there in this world. Keep going.
By the which he condemned the world, and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
So that's by which the Lord condemned the world, meaning he got rid of everybody. All these words that we talk about, condemn, things of that nature, these are verbs, these are action words. The Lord condemned the world by wiping them out. And Noah became the heir of righteousness because he was the only one that the Lord wanted to keep around. And so now we're down to him and his 3 sons. Where are we at? Verse 12. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him anymore.
And so now another 7 days, he sent the dove back out. This time it didn't come back at all. And that's how Noah knew that he could get off the ark now. Because now again, we said the dove can't fly for very long, so if the dove found somewhere to chill, it's good, there's land.
The dove said, I ain't coming back.
Yeah, I ain't coming back into this. I found some land.
Get this.
Into this madhouse, You imagine the poor little dove, everything's trying to eat it.
Everything trying to get there, probably on the roof of the damn wall. I know probably on the highest part of the ark somewhere. Like, gotta get out of here.
Imagine it's like you on it. Listen, slack. They was all glad to get off. Noah and the animals, they was all glad to get off that ark. And so next week we're going to be back. We're going to continue in this. We're going to find out what happens after Noah comes off the ark and everything has to restart, and all he has is his children and their wives, and you know, sometimes your children bug out and go off. And so we're going to find out all about all that next week. We're going to pick up at chapter 8 and verse 13. Imagine up here. Shofar, which means horn. What is that? You say you can't go. Yasha'alu, which means to Israel. Shofar, which means horn. I remind them in the room. So Kunya Hakadam, which means stand, turn, and face the east. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Yashaya, Shamka, Yahau, Malakaka, Kabah, Ratizak, Haya, Aisha, Baratza, Kawa, Haya, Ashamayim, Thundana, Khum, Kaliu, Salakina, Kawakina, Kawakina, Kawiyana, when I say one, Ball, Kawashana, Yun, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wa'al, Wa'ata Para, I will love you, Amun.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Baruch Shah, Thunana, Akak, Garba, Kalmakala, Kalmarawa, Akak, Batahar, Amatazarayim, Akak, Lakoyam, Matthew, Akak, Aurakawat, Atamalu, Lagarashun, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Wada Aman.
In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. It's like to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
Pray for the power structure in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahushua. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahai. Matazab Yahweh Wap Yahan. Alawap. Hasurani, Hakwatazayani, Hakayayali, Wahakwathi, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Wada Amud.
In the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael. And angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commanding General Yohanan.
The general.
Generals.
The captain. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
The water. Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Prayer for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
Name of Yahushua.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
Speak against us.
Speak against
Thy
us.
prophets.
Thy prophets.
Teachers.
Teachers.
Princes.
The princes.
Priests.
Priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
Shake loose.
Shake loose.
Treasure of the rich of Israel.
Treasure of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force thy riches to enter thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
The nations.
The nations.
Their drug dealers.
The drug dealers.
Court system.
Court system.
Prison system.
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
The Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia. Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Basicomatazzi. The gay movement.
Gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
The lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
The Army.
The Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Airport.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
And the airways.
Cable access channel.
Cable access channel.
And the radio channel.
The radio channel.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people.
of any of thy people.
That seek to stop us.
Seek to stop
And
us.
bring swift destruction.
And bring swift destruction.
To all the heathens.
To all the heathens.
Stand in the way.
Stand in the way.
Try to stop us.
Try to stop us.
Broadcasting your word.
Broadcasting your word.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Through the earth.
Through the earth.
And consume them.
Consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
And the murder.
And the murder.
Let Yahushua.
Let Yahushua.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with the flying saucers.
Come down with the flying saucers.
Punish all the heathens.
Punish all the
That
heathens.
come up against us.
That come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
As we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That it is the angels that have done it.
As the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalm face to front. That concludes the Sabbath service. I'm going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I Majim Shabbat, I Majim Rak, Yahweh dismissed.
Next week, we're going to start at Genesis chapter 8, verse 13. Genesis chapter 8, verse 13.